Time for another episode of 7 on Sunday right here on Beyond ARTV. My name is John, and sticking with the theme of scariness and the Halloween season, it's time to talk about 7 horror movies that don't suck. Now I'm going to be brief in this episode just because I want you to see the movies for yourself. This is the best time of year to get your friends together, watch some scary movies. Make sure you turn off the damn lights or else it's just not scary.
Okay, we should each carry a weapon.
Kicking off the list at number 7, we have You're Next, a horror movie that came out a handful of years ago, and it was actually really enjoyable for me. It kind of felt like maybe The Collector meets The Strangers or something like that. You know, these people are trapped. It's kind of like a home invasion type film, and you're kind of on edge at all times because you don't know what's going on. You don't know who's on the right side, who's evil, who's good, what's going on with these people. It's just one of those films that keeps you on the edge of your seat. There are aspects of it that aren't necessarily shocking, but they're very entertaining, and that's why You're Next had to make my list. It's odd to see a sequel on here, but number 6 on my list is actually Paranormal Activity 3. My favorite film in that series, of course. You're not going to see any other Paranormal Activities on this list, but it's the first one that made really good use of some spooky camera angles. Now, in the latter films, you started seeing cheesy things like webcams and security cams. To an extent, those work, as seen in Paranormal Activity 3. It's been about a year since I've seen this film, but it stays fresh in my mind, and I'm planning on watching it very soon, just because it's one that I feel like can be watched as a standalone film and is actually still scary. Those camera movements from the fan, that's genius. Whenever I saw that in theaters, I was kind of cowering, like waiting for it to pan back around, and I knew something was going to be going on. You'll see what I'm talking about. Just go ahead and check it out. I wish it was still on Netflix. Number 5, Let the Right One In. Not a straight up horror movie by any means, because there's a romantic element to it. It's 2 children, and one of them happens to be a vampire. It's a Swedish film, so it's a foreign one that you're going to need to watch the subtitles with. This is on Netflix for anyone wondering, so if you want to check it out, well, just type it in on the search bar. It's not that hard. It's got such a good story to it, and I love the pacing of this film. There's just so many chilling aspects. It takes place in Sweden, of course, and there's snow on the ground, and every time there's blood, you can just see it very vividly. And just the cold adds that much more to the film. I don't know why. That adds a suspenseful element to me. And the fact that it's kids, I don't know. They don't exactly know what they're doing. They haven't figured themselves out yet. And it's interesting seeing one being a vampire, one being a normal child that's bullied and actually struggles a lot, coming together, being friends, but not really knowing what to do about it, especially once he finds out what she is.
Oh, shit.
Number 4, Cabin in the Woods. It goes from typical stoner movie to, oh my god, to what is going on, to monsters everywhere, to the gods are angered, to just, oh my god, I don't even know how to describe this film, just because there's so many things going on. There's so many monsters in this film. It's like you don't even know what to expect. There's gases that are let out to release certain things, and it just feels like the house is playing tricks on them. And it starts off as a very standard film, and I didn't know what to expect whenever I saw it in theaters. Of course, I've watched it several times since then, but it's one of my favorite movies of the past 10 years just because there's so many good qualities to it.
Get over here. We gotta get out of here.
I'm not moving. I'm done. I'm not moving.
We wait here. We wait here. We have to get out of here.
Listen, there might be a way out. There is a train cover.
Number 3 is the first time that I probably ever cowered in a movie theater. I saw this when it came out in 2008 with a few of my friends, and I remember my buddy Craig being on the row, like on the floor, the seats right in front of us, just like laying like on the ground, like peering over the seat. That's how terrifying this was to see in theaters, especially back when I was like 16, 17 years old. Now I've rewatched it since then, it's been a couple of years, but I think that there are genuinely some terrifying elements to this. I would hate to be quarantined in and just like trapped. You don't know what's going on.
We need to call a doctor for Mom.
That's on my list.
Number 2 is Oculus, one of those mind-bending type movies that you're crossing over into a person's childhood and current state over and over again. It focuses on this family that are kind of falling apart whenever they're kids. The brother goes into a psych ward because he ends up shooting the father, apparently, and the mother is dead, and the sister is the only one that got to actually live a normal life. Now, eventually he comes back. It seems like things are okay. He's been released. He seems like he's stable again. They've gotten this thing out of his head that he killed his dad, and they're basically moving on from that, moving on from his actions, and he gets back with the sister, and they're like, oh wait, all of this stuff was happening because of this crazy mirror that was in our house. What are we gonna do about it? We gotta kill the curse like we promised to do whenever we were kids. Oculus was a very, very entertaining film. Well acted, well paced, and it just made you think over and over again. Like, wait, what's going on? Like, how did that just happen? It seems like they're setting up a trap. They're trying to kill the spirit. But are they successful? Are they unsuccessful? What exactly happens? I'll let you find out for yourself. It's on Netflix.
It could look like someone you know, or it could be a stranger in a crowd. Whatever helps it get close to you. It can look like anyone, but there's only one of it.
Number 1 is going to be rewatched by yours truly probably within the next 24 hours of releasing this video. It's probably one that I'll actually want to watch a few times. I like showing it to people just because it's interesting to get a reaction out of them. It's not a terrifying film by any means, but there's so much tension, and it's so well paced, directed, acted, everything about it. Now, It Follows is about a sexually transmitted curse. It's like something feels like it's following you at all times, and you can't let it catch up to you. Now, you could drive 20 miles, and it can only walk. It can only walk to get to you. If you drive 20 miles, it's going to take a long time to catch up, but it's eventually going to get there. No matter where you go, it'll eventually somehow get to you, and that's what's terrifying about it to me. It's like, until you pass that on, sexually transmitted, of course you gotta have sex with someone to pass it on. It sounds corny, but it's not, I swear. Whenever it's passed on, it's not something that you ever have to worry about again. You got rid of it, you're probably a little bit scarred for life, but it's just interesting to see how this innocent girl falls for this guy, and all he's trying to do is get rid of this thing. He's trying to pass it on. And he's like, I'm so sorry, I did this to you. And she's so shaken, and it's visible to the viewer as you're watching it. This girl is falling apart. She's cracking, she's breaking. I failed to mention the main thing that I really love about this movie, and it's the fact that it feels timeless. There's no real date on it, and it doesn't need to be. That's not what you focus on. It's nice to see characters that aren't focused on their phones, but at the same time you don't exactly know if it's modern, if it's 80s, or exactly what time it takes place in. This movie is beautifully shot. The music in it is suspenseful. It's just an odd movie that has a lot of different elements. It's not just a straight up terrifying film, and I don't feel like a lot of the movies that I put on this list really are, just because a lot of times those suck because they're just jump scare after damn jump scare, and you've seen it all before. I hope you guys enjoyed my list of 7 horror movies that don't suck. Hopefully you'll check some of them out for your Halloween season. Maybe play one of them at a Halloween party and see what kind of reaction you get from people, especially some of the ones that aren't as well known. Thanks for watching, smashing the like button on this episode of 7 on Sunday. I can't promise that there'll be an episode next week, but I'll try to have one again very, very soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you very soon right here on Beyond ARTV.